Good morning to one and all. Let us now begin with Standard 5 EVS, Unit 3, Part 1. The name of Lesson 3 is From Tasting to Digestion. So, we all know that there are different types of taste, and when we eat the different types of food, how the food is digested in our body, we will now learn in this chapter. We begin with different tastes. Jhumpa ran into the kitchen and caught hold of her mother, saying, "Ma, I am not going to eat this bitter Karela." Karela is, in English, we say bitter gourd. "Give me gur." Gur is jaggery. "And roti." Ma smiled and said, "You ate roti and sugar in the morning." So now this is a small girl called Jhumpa. She runs into the kitchen and she complains to her mother that today I am not going to eat this bitter Karela. Bitter Karela means kadwa. Bitter is a taste. So she says that I don't want to eat the bitter Karela and you give me some roti and jaggery. So what does her mother say? That she had roti and sugar in the morning. Julan teased Jhumpa. "Don't you get bored of only one kind of taste?" Jhumpa replied quickly, "Don't you get bored with licking imli is tamarind? I bet your mouth is watering just by hearing the word imli." "Sure, I love the sour imli, but I eat sweet and salty things too. I even eat Karela," said Julan and looked at her mother. They both laughed heartily. Jhumpa's sister Julan teases her and she says that doesn't she get bored of eating one kind of taste every day, that is roti and sugar or something sweet. So Jhumpa replies to her that doesn't she get bored of eating imli, which is a sour taste, and as soon as she takes the name of imli, Julan's mouth must be watering. Julan says, yeah, she likes the taste of imli and her mouth is watering because she is very fond of imlis. But she says that I even eat sweet and salty things, and she even eats Karela, and Karela is a bitter taste. And then she looks at her mother and they all start laughing. Julan said to Jhumpa, "Let's play a game. You close your eyes and open your mouth. I will put something to eat in your mouth. You have to tell me what it is." Julan took a few drops of lemon juice in a spoon and put them in Jhumpa's mouth. "Sa lemon," Jhumpa replied quickly. The Julan told Jhumpa that let us play a game. You do one thing, you become blindfolded, you tie a handkerchief or something on your eyes and we will play a game. I will put different foods into your mouth and you have to taste and tell me whether what it is. So first thing what Julan puts in Jhumpa's mouth is a few drops of lemon juice. She takes in a spoon and she puts it into Jhumpa's mouth. As soon as she puts it into her mouth, Jhumpa recognizes it with the taste and she says that it is sour lemon. Julan then picked up a small piece of jaggery. Her mother suggested crush it, otherwise she will know what it is. Julan crushed the jaggery, but Jhumpa easily guessed it. They played the game with different food items. Jhumpa could tell the fried fish even before tasting it. Julan said, "Now close your nose and tell me what this is." So now they started playing this game with different food items. So then Julan, she took some jaggery, she crushed it and she put it into Jhumpa's mouth. As soon as she put it into her mouth, she was easily able to guess the taste that it was jaggery. And they tried with many other food items. Now Julan told her that now you close your nose also and keep your mouth open and your eyes also closed, and you try to taste what this is. Jumpa was confused. It is a bit bitter, a little salty, and somewhat sour. So this time, Jullan had put something into her mouth, and her nose was also closed, and her eyes were also closed. And when she tasted it, she felt that it was a little bitter is kadwa, little salty, and a little sour is khatta. Give me one more spoonful. So Jumpa asked for one more spoon because she was not able to recognize what was in her mouth. Jullan took another spoonful of the cooked karela, uncovered Jumpa's eyes, and said, "Here it is, eat." Jumpa laughed. "Yes, give me more." So now, when her eyes and nose both were covered, she could not recognize the taste of karela, which is a little bitter, salty, and sour. So she liked that taste and she could not recognize, so she wanted something more so that she could taste it. And before putting another spoonful into her mouth, they opened her eyes and they told her that this is karela. So, and they started laughing and she wanted to eat more of it. So now let us discuss a few questions. Jullan's mouth started watering when she heard the word imli. When does your mouth water? List 5 things you like to eat and describe their taste. So now many of us like the sour taste, and when we hear of about some sour things, some sour items, our mouth starts watering. So which other taste would you like to eat? Some like sweet taste, some like salty taste, and some like bitter taste. So when we like something sweet and we hear of some items which are sweet like gulab jams, rasgullas, just hearing the name, our mouths start watering. Something salty like samosas, batata vadas, bhajiyas, all those also are salty things. When we hear them, our mouth starts watering. Why is this? Because we are fond of eating and we like that taste. That is why our mouth waters. Do you like only one kind of taste or different ones? Why? Uh, yes, we like all different taste, sour, sweet, salty, bitter. Because if we eat only one taste and only one item, which is not healthy, we can't only eat sweet things every day and the whole day. No, okay, we will eat only sweets or we will eat only salty things. All the type of taste and all the type of food is necessary for our body. Jullan put a few drops of lemon juice in Jumpa's mouth. Do you think we can make out the taste with just a few drops? Yes, we can make out because lemon has a sour taste. So as soon as the drop of lemon comes into the mouth, we recognize the taste even if our eyes are closed or our nose is closed. We can recognize the taste of this sour lemon. If someone were to put a few seeds of soft is that anise seeds, on your tongue, would you be able to tell with your eyes closed how? If your eyes are closed and you eat a little soft, which is a mouth freshener, as soon as it comes into your mouth, or with the smell, the soft also has a different kind of a smell. When we smell it, we come to know that this is soft. In English, we call it anise seeds. So with your eyes closed also, with the help of your nose, with the smell, we know that these are anise seeds or soft. How did Jumpa make out the fried fish? Can you guess the names of certain things only by their smell, without seeing or tasting them? What are these things? Now, Jumpa had not tasted the fried fish, but the fried fish gives out a peculiar smell. So, By the smell, she knew that it was fried fish. Now, there are many items when they are being fried or when they are being cooked. We recognize it by the smell. For example, if an omelette is being made, with the smell, we know that it is an omelette. Or sometimes when your mummies are frying samosas, so by the smell, you know that what is being made in the house. The next one is, has anyone ever told you to hold your nose before taking a medicine? Why do you think they tell you to do this? Now, certain medicines have a very peculiar smell which make us feel like vomiting. So, before taking certain medicines or few liquid medicines, our parents tell us that you close your nose and just drink it in one drink, because we don't so that we cannot smell it and we can swallow it easily. That is why we are told to close our nose before taking certain medicines. Now, here, children, you can see the picture of a tongue. Now, we all know that there are small dot like on your tongue. On your whole tongue, there are some bumps on your tongue, which we call that they are taste buds. Now, these taste buds are taste different types of items like sweet, salty, sour, and bitter, and they all have a different position in your tongue. As you can see in the picture there, right at the tip of your tongue, sweet items, the taste of sweet items, any sweets that you eat, your taste buds are present on that portion of your tongue. And a little towards upwards towards the where the sweet is, you can see there is a salty taste at the two ends of the tongue. Then in the right middle, it is the sour taste. The sour buds are present there, and right inside is your bitter taste buds. So these are the taste buds which give when they touch your tongue, and when they mix with your saliva that is present in your mouth, we get the taste of the food, whether it is sweet, salty, sour, or bitter. Close your eyes and tell. Collect a few food items having different kinds of taste. Play a game with your friend like Jumpa and Jullan did. Tell your friend to taste the food and ask, how did it taste? What was the food item? On which part of the tongue could you get the most taste? In front, at the back, on the left or right side of the tongue? Which taste could be made out on which part of the tongue? Mark these parts on the picture given. So, this is saying that you can try tasting certain food items with your brothers and sisters at home. And when you keep that food item in your mouth, on which part of the tongue do you find that taste? So, as we have shown in the diagram, these are the parts when it touches those buds, you will get that taste. So, you can try this at home. So, this is also your tongue. When you see this tongue in a mirror, can you see that there are small bumps like on the tongue? I'm sure you can clearly see in this picture. So, now let us read what is to be said about this. Use a clean cloth to wipe the front part of your tongue so that it is dry. Put some sugar or jaggery there. Could you taste anything? Why did this happen? So now what do they say? That you take any clean cloth and your front part of your tongue, you clean it and make it dry. After making it dry, you put some sugar or jaggery into your mouth, and then do you get the taste which is sweet? you will not get the taste. Why we do not get the taste? Can anyone say? Correct, because there is no saliva in that part of the tongue. We have cleansed the tongue with a dry cloth and we've made our tongue to dry. So we do not get the taste in that front part of the tongue, which is sweet. So we do not get any sweet taste of jaggery or sugar. Stand in front of a mirror and look closely at your tongue. How does the surface look? Can you see any tiny bumps on the surface? Yes, as we just discussed, there are tiny bumps on the whole tongue of all of us. And what do we call them? We call them the taste buds. These taste buds give us the taste of sweet, salty, sour and bitter food items. But how does it give us the taste? Only when the food mixes with the saliva in our mouth, we get the taste because of these taste buds present on the tongue. If someone asks you to describe the taste of amla or cucumber, you might find it difficult to explain. Now, amla and cucumber also have a different taste. Amlas are also sour and sometimes sweet. So, you don't know how to describe the taste. How would you describe the taste of these? That is tomato, onion, sauce, or garlic. Now, tomatoes are also sour and sometimes they are sweet. So, we exactly cannot say that what the taste of this fruit is. Same way, onion is little pungent. They are little tikha, and so such tastes are very difficult to explain. Think of words that you know or make up your own words to describe the taste. So we can say what we feel, and we can say that this is the taste of garlic or this is the taste of soft by ourselves. They don't have a specific name or that they have only this taste. How we know about lemons are sour, they are mostly khatta, so we say they are sour, they have a taste peculiar name, but these are all a mixture of certain tastes. When Jumpa tasted some of these things, she said, so what type of item she must have tasted when she makes that sound? Can you guess? Correct. When something is very spicy, we make that sound. Something, certain foods that we like, we make another sound, like when we have to say it is very tasty, we make such type of a sound. Or sometimes when it is khatta also, when it is sour, we make a certain like that taste. So certain sounds are related to certain tastes. Chew it or chew it well. What's the difference? Try this together. Each of you take a piece of bread or a roti or some cooked rice. So chew it or chew it well. It is different. Why? Chewing means anything that we put into our mouth and we bite it once or twice, and when we swallow it, you will not get the taste of what you are eating. But the same thing, if you keep on chewing, breaking it down into smaller and smaller pieces, and you chew it for around 3 to 4 minutes, and then you swallow, you will surely get the taste of what you are eating. This is why, because of saliva which is present in our mouth. The saliva gets mixed properly with the food when you chew it properly. Then only you get the taste, whether it is sweet, and you mostly find a roti. When you eat a roti and you chew it well, by the time you're going to swallow it, you feel that it is a little sweet. So this is because the saliva is mixing with the food. Has anyone at home told you to eat slowly and to chew well so that the food digests properly. Why do you think they say this? Right, all our elders and our parents, they tell us that eat slowly and chew your food. Why do they tell us? Because as I just said, that when you chew properly, your food is broken down into smaller pieces. It gets properly mixed with the saliva. You get the proper taste, and that food which is chewed well will be digested properly in your stomach, which is very important. Digestion of food in our body is also very important, so that it gives us energy. Straight from the heart. Where do you think the food must be going after you put it into your mouth and swallow it? In the picture given here, draw the part of the food through your body. Share your picture with your friends. Do all of you have similar pictures? We all know that we all eat food and we put the food into our mouth and we chew it. When we chew it, it mixes with the saliva. And then where does the food go? We have learned this in standard 4, that when we chew our food, it mixes with the saliva, it breaks down into small particles, and it passes into the food pipe. From the food pipe, it goes into the small intestine, large intestine, into our stomach, where it is digested, the, the juices are absorbed, and then the food is digested. So we need to draw a small diagram at the side of the page, and we need to understand that where the food passes from the mouth. So here it is. When you put your food into your mouth, it passes into the food pipe. So the first step is food pipe. Then from the food pipe, the food passes into the stomach. Then from the stomach, certain food juices from the food is absorbed by the lining of the stomach, and then the extra material goes to the small intestine. Then the small intestine also absorbs from the food whatever juices it needs, and then it passes into the large intestine. Now in the large intestine, all the unwanted part which is not necessary for the body, it passes into the anus and we throw it out of our body. So this is which system? Correct. This is our digestive system. How do you feel when you are very hungry? How would you describe it? For example, sometimes we jokingly say, I am so hungry, I could eat an elephant. Means what? Sometimes when we are feeling very hungry, we say that whatever is cooked in the house today, everything I will only eat. Why do we say so? Because we are trying to express our hunger, that so much hungry I am, that alone I can eat everything what is cooked. How do you come to know that you are hungry? How do you know that you are hungry? These are all natural processes which make us feel that we are hungry. How do you show that you are hungry? Let us see this. Think what would happen if you do not eat anything for 2 days. Can you think of staying without food for 2 days without eating anything? Or would you be able to manage without drinking water for 2 days? Where do you think the water that we drink goes? Now, one day is manageable, that if you don't eat or you don't drink, you can stay. But I suppose more than 2 or 3 days, if you don't eat food or you don't drink water, you cannot stay without food or water, because they are very essential and they give us energy. And water is also very essential for us. Because of water, the food in our body is able to be digested. So when you are hungry, how do you know that you are hungry? Now in the first picture, when I am hungry, my head aches. Sometimes it happens that certain children or certain people, your parents, their heads are paining. So sometimes we say that why don't you eat a little? Because of hunger also our head pains. Or I get angry easily when I am hungry. When you are hungry, your mood changes. You become angry on every small and little thing. Or when I am hungry, I feel tired. Now, when you are hungry, means you don't have energy in your body, so you feel tired. So the tiredness is the hunger that you are feeling. Now, when your small baby sisters or brothers are crying, why do they cry? Because even they are hungry, they cannot speak. So, the only thing that they can do is cry. So, their way of showing hunger is the crying. I cry too when I am hungry. So, the dog also is trying to say that when it is hungry, it cries. Even animals cannot speak. So, when they are hungry, even they show in some or the other way their hunger. So, children, I hope you have understood this part of tasting and digestion. And I request you to read this part, this chapter in your textbook at least once or twice. So, thank you and have a nice day.